Have you ever stopped to think that maybe right now we're living through the events described in ancient prophecies? It sounds crazy, doesn't it? But what if I told you that the Antichrist isn't just a distant figure in an apocalyptic future, but a reality that has already begun to manifest among us? Get ready for a revelation that will shake the foundations of what you believe about religion and global power. What we're about to explore isn't fiction, but a deep analysis of how a religious system predicted millennia ago is quietly taking shape before our inattentive eyes. Stay until the end of this video to learn how to identify the signs of this emerging system and understand its impact on our society. Just imagine, a new religion is emerging and causing a stir wherever it goes. What's most intriguing is that this religion isn't new. It was predicted long ago in the pages of the Book of Revelation. Known as the religion of Babylon, it's gaining attention and worrying many scholars of biblical prophecies. What makes this religion so special, or rather, so dangerous? Revelation itself describes it as a significant threat. It's like a red alert sounding for all of humanity. Think of it as an ancient warning that suddenly becomes relevant today, making many wonder if we're living in the times described in the scriptures. The impact of this religion isn't confined to one specific place. It has the potential to affect the entire world, transcending borders and cultures. It's like a wave that starts small but gains strength as it moves forward. Many are asking, how can we prepare for this phenomenon? What changes might it bring to our society? These are questions that deserve reflection and discussion. The prophecies of Revelation aren't just old stories, but visions that many believe apply to our time. Among these predictions is the description of a powerful religious system that will emerge in the last days. This won't be an isolated phenomenon, but something that will affect entire nations, crossing borders and cultures. Imagine a movement so influential that it can shape how entire countries think and act. That's exactly what the Book of Revelation predicts. This religious system won't be content to be just another spiritual option. It will seek to dominate, influence, and control. It's like a new superpower emerging, but in the realm of faith and spirituality. To better understand, think about how social media has changed the world. Suddenly, something that didn't exist started to influence elections, social movements, and even the global economy. Now imagine that level of influence, but in the religious sphere. It's a perspective that makes many wonder, are we prepared for such a change? How will it affect our freedom of belief and our society as a whole? The Book of Revelation is undoubtedly one of the most intriguing and complex works of religious literature. Written by John, one of Jesus' disciples, this book didn't come about in a conventional way. John didn't just sit down and write his ideas. He went through an extraordinary experience, receiving visions and revelations that many believe to be of divine origin. The writing process of Revelation was unique. John was exiled on the island of Patmos when he had these visions. Imagine being isolated on a remote island and suddenly being flooded with powerful images and messages that you feel compelled to share with the world. This is how Revelation was born, a book full of symbolism and prophecies that have intrigued readers for centuries. At the heart of all these revelations is a clear message: the return of Jesus Christ. This event is presented as the climax of human history, a moment of judgment and renewal. For believers, it's a promise of hope and justice. For skeptics, it's a concept that sparks heated debates. Regardless of perspective, the cultural and historical impact of this idea is undeniable, influencing art, literature, and philosophy over the centuries. In Revelation, Babylon isn't just an ancient city in Mesopotamia. It becomes a powerful symbol, representing a corrupt religious system that extends its influence across the world. This symbolic Babylon is portrayed as a seductive force, capable of attracting and manipulating not only ordinary people, but also leaders and entire nations. The concept of spiritual adultery is central to this representation, just as infidelity in a relationship breaks trust and intimacy. Spiritual adultery is seen as a betrayal of divine principles. It's as if humanity, which should be faithful to God, turns to false idols and distorted beliefs. This symbolic Babylon personifies this infidelity on a global scale. To better understand, think about how certain ideologies or movements can spread quickly, influencing how people think and act. The Babylon of Revelation is depicted as something even more powerful, a system that not only influences but actively corrupts people's values and spirituality. It's a warning about the dangers of straying from principles considered true and pure. Chapter 17 of Revelation is like a cosmic courtroom where Babylon, symbolizing false religion and moral decadence, is brought to trial. This is no ordinary trial. It's depicted as an event of epic proportions where the actions and influences of this corrupt system are exposed and condemned. In this passage, Babylon is described vividly and symbolically. She is presented as a woman dressed in purple and scarlet, adorned with gold and precious stones. This image is not just attention-grabbing, but represents the opulence and seductive power of this system. It's as if the text is saying, beware of what appears beautiful and attractive on the outside, but is corrupt on the inside. The judgment of Babylon serves as a warning and a lesson. It shows that according to the apocalyptic vision, no system, no matter how powerful, is above divine justice. It's a reminder that actions have consequences, even if they are not immediate. For many, this passage serves as a call to reflect on their own values and moral choices. The concept of the Babylonian system is not new or restricted to the prophetic future. Since ancient times, Babylon has been a symbol of organized opposition to divine principles. This idea has crossed centuries, adapting and manifesting in different forms throughout history. In ancient times, the Tower of Babel, supposedly built in Babylon, already represented humanity's challenge to divine authority. It was as if humanity was saying, "We can reach heaven by our own strength." This spirit of rebellion and self-exaltation is what many see as the essence of the Babylonian system. It's a mindset that places humans at the center instead of recognizing a higher authority. In modern times, this influence can be seen in more subtle but no less impactful ways. It can manifest in economic systems that prioritize profit above all else, in ideologies that deny the existence of the divine, or in cultures that promote extreme individualism. The question many ask is, how can we recognize and resist these influences in our daily lives? It's a challenge that invites constant reflection on our values and choices. What you have learned today about the emerging religious system and its relationship with ancient prophecies is not just information, it's a call to action. How are you going to apply this knowledge in your daily life? Will you start looking at religious and political institutions with a more critical eye? Leave your opinion in the comments below. We're eager to hear what you think. Don't let this knowledge stay theoretical. Reflect on how it changes your perspective of the world. Share these ideas with friends and family. Question, research, and learn more. This is just the beginning of a journey of discoveries. To keep exploring other fascinating topics and receive more impactful revelations like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and activate notifications. That way, you'll be the first to know when new content is released. Also, watch the next video appearing on the screen. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end. May God bless you abundantly.